I don't know if it's going to be as clean simply because I do believe OG's better than Team Spirit, but I also think Team Secret is insanely strong. So
we'll take a look at that Team Secret roster, shall we? As Blitz, what makes this Secret so good, man?
Good individual skill, which leads to versatility, which leads to Puppey having a very easy time in the draft. Good captaining. It feels like they all have a very high understanding of Dota, where to be at all times. They mix greed with aggression very well. It just feels like this team has very little flaws.
And that's what Yapster talked about in his interview, right? He said, "It's why I've been sticking with Secret for so long. I don't have to worry about, needing to get captain. I know I'm always going to be good. Our team's going to be good. Maybe we don't win TI, but we're going to be near the top always."
Yeah. I think people relish that kind of stability, especially in Dota. If if I told you, hey, every year, by the way, maybe we don't win TI, but we'll be damn near close every single time. But during the regular season, we'll win everything. Like, trust me, we're going to win everything.
Well, could I trade places with
the team that does
being
the opposite,
which is bombing out in DPCs but showing up every single TI? I think I'd rather take OG's spot, but
for sure,
Secret's definitely in a very good position themselves, and there's the beautiful boys of OG.
This is my hype series of the day. Even if it ends up kind of being a stop, I am super looking forward to this. This is some of the players in terms of the captains with No Tail as well as Puppey, as well as the teams that I look up to the most in the Dota scene, and it's a privilege to get to watch them in a time like this. Usually you think about like TI, maybe like the major finals. This is the two teams you may see there, and we're getting to see it now. So this is the jitters.
You getting the jitters? I enjoy seeing that the difference, the other side of you, BSJ, because normally it's all toxicity and people are griefing me.
I don't know.
And these teams aren't very good.
That's just in Settlers that people are griefing me.
When you get to watch the best teams, it seems like you really get a lot of pleasure out of it.
Dude, it's humbling, man. You got to remind yourself that you got to be confident in what you know about Dota, but that you're bad, And these guys really it's humbling because you feel so inferior when you watch how good they play. You're just like, if I could theory craft the perfect way to play this game, they probably did it better than that.
Blitz is coach of a team that is trying to get that kind of consistency that Secret has managed to find over the last few years. Is this the team that you guys examine the most? When you're trying to learn about Dota, is Secret the team that you learn the most from?
No, OG.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think most teams will say OG too. I remember we got flamed for saying, like, OG invented aggression. No, they didn't invent aggression. Obviously not. That's been around since like Dota 1 like 10 years ago. But what they like, the speed at which they play the map and why they play the map is what matters. Like most teams that you talk about, because you think that OG had the highest theoretical peak at all times, right? Like whenever they play at a TI, they know exactly how to play. So like they're the obvious candidate to study.
Listen, you guys don't have to listen to those Reddit scrubs. They haven't even heard of Nirvana Ant, okay? So
sure.
Let's get into our draft, shall we, of some bands coming out. Anything really notable you want to take away from one of these teams?
I think the Monkey King's kind of funny because both teams have been picking it a lot. So OG actually elects to ban it, maybe fearful that Team Secret would willingly pick it up first round, especially against whatever they plan to be picking OG side. Like their two heroes may not be that great against Team Secret's Monkey King because they do have a second pick on OG, so they'll be revealing their two picks vulnerability-wise. Weaver, another one that we haven't really seen at all in the last couple series that we've been seeing a lot in the last few days.
They're going to take Coddle or Tusk or NP?
It's Coddle, right? Or who? Coddle or NP? That's tough.
Coddle, Tusk, NP, all three.
I think Coddle would be my highest priority, but I'm not Puppey.
Then you're going to get Coddle bristled, and OG should already be thinking of the response to that. So, like, you know the Coddle's coming, so you can infer that with the Ember ban, it's most likely going to be Bristle, so you can work around that.
So they know this is coming. It's going to be Coddle.
What if they
Bristle,
just don't draft Bristle now?
You draft Bristle.
I feel like it's still one of the best targets that you can lane with.
Is drafting this simple? Just pick Bristle.
It's difficult because I think that OG, obviously, when you work out the bans for yourself and you know that you're going to be second pick, you have some idea of like how the hierarchy goes.
There's going to be only so many permutations of how the draft could go, right? Like if they pick Coddle, they're going to do this. If they pick Prophet, we're going to do this kind of thing, right?
Yeah. So normally the way that you work it out is you know what bans that you're most likely going to do under which circumstance. Then you sort of infer based on previous games and like when you have played each other what you think looks best against you. And then you kind of go down the line. So this is the swerve. OG was prepared, I think, for the
bristle.
And so now Secret have decided like, okay, we're just going to go the other way with things and kind of open up the pool a little bit more.
So can I ask you guys, do you think Beastmaster Pugna was the best opening against Coddle Bristleback? And then how does Earth Spirit dismantle these first 2 picks?
I think Beastmaster has really only been able to be pulled off by OG in terms of a first-round pick. I usually see it get really heavily punished, and the only team that's made that exception was them so far, as at least in my memory. And I guess in theory it's nice. You have the vision to find the Coddle, so it sets up for any mobility hero that you want to get in the later stages of the draft to find him, because the main thing about Coddle is he's squishy, man. So if you jump him, he will die. Pugna, on the other hand, probably pretty good against Bristle, I have to imagine, with the decrep and everything.
It's also
Kiting.
nice because of the ward. Whenever any hero will double spell, you get like free nether ward damage. And on top of that, Beastmaster also gives you attack speed to hit the Coddle Ball faster. The play of pace is going to be pretty quick too.
My only concern is that Blinding Light seems really good against everything Beastmaster wants to do. It's like you roar somebody and then you want to commit onto them, and then they get Blinding Lighted.
But it's not like a direct save, which I think is kind of important.
Okay. They banned the Gyro. A great hero for just buying BKB and hitting your stuff, and probably annoying for Earth Spirit to be landing into because you roll on top of them in the Rocket Barrage. Super annoying.
It also feels like one of the few heroes that Sumail feels really comfortable on with the ping.
Yeah, it's one of the easier carries to play in ping. None of your spells are skill shots. Maybe your ult kind of, but not really.
Yeah, even that is for the most part. Like if someone's roared, just point and click and drop it on the ground.
Yeah. It is a relevant thing. Every time I see it mentioned, chat seems to lose their crap. But 110 ping is very hard to play on when the opponent's on 10. Will they reveal their carry hero this early? That's the question, because I think the way that OG had started drafting towards the end was they just had a limited pool for Sumail based on ping. There was like Monkey King and Gyro were top tier on that, and both those heroes are out. So you simply don't have the versatility going into the last pick, where there's a lot of heroes. He even said in his interview, like, you check those off, right? Like, they're not allowed. Like, he's like, Weaver's retired. I'm not playing Weaver again on ping. He's like, that was miserable. And so they go Shaker. Thought splits on that one?
I think they just don't want to reveal who's what yet.
Okay.
Because I think they've even run like 5 Beastmaster, right?
They have done that. You're right. They did do that.
So I think they're trying to hide. This is what's really fun about watching these two team slays, because you're getting some sort of like cat and mouse game. But because Secret, they didn't want to show their core first off of the Coddle to see what the pairing was, they decided to take the second support, who's pretty good, right? You have a gap close against Beastmaster and Pugna. Like, you have heroes. Pugna really doesn't like it when heroes get on top of him. He hates it. And so those two heroes obviously work quite nicely. But it does mean, like, Secret, they've lost a little bit of the strength of first pick, because now they have no idea what they're counter picking at. They just know, like, generally speaking, what heroes are in the pool, what might be okay. They could shake something like really tanky for themselves too. They could go like Spectre or something.
The iterations of this lineup for OG is pretty insane, because you could have 5 Pugna, you could have 5 Beastmaster, you could have 2 Pugna, you can have 3 Pugna.
Yeah,
like,
they played at 4 as well.
Yeah.
So
you're probably not doing 4, right, with Shaker? I guess they have done 5 Shaker.
They've done 5 Shaker when they have Gyro.
Yeah, you're right.
So that's the advantage of OG's like weird drafting style. And that's also why I advocated for you should not show who's playing what until you get into the
game, yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
Because that takes away
That's
a lot
big
of the flavor.
Yeah,
If you're listening, Icerog.
please.
Meanwhile, Team Secret, they have already shown. I mean, I don't think we've ever seen anything
Coddle mid.
like. No, I mean, it would be Earth Spirit mid, right? That's the one swerve that we've seen before. But Secret themselves haven't done it.
No.
So they do end up going Bristle just later on in the draft. I don't see a reason not to. Whenever teams are picking these like very versatile drafts, the goal is that you're trying not to get punished because with any pick you pick, because if they have different versions of lanes that they can run, if you pick a hero that's punishable, suddenly you're probably going to lose like 2 or 3 lanes because they can swip swap on you and pick a counter. So you just want to pick stuff that's good at what it does and is already set up for success with the heroes you already have. So Bristleback, I think, is just the safest pick for that reason. Now, OG is going to reveal a lot of information on this pick because if it's a carry, I guess they're still... It has to be a carry, right, Blitz? Like, based on everything you're saying, if they do anything else, it reveals info about their other 2 heroes, the Beastmaster Pugna.
Yeah. So what kind of carry would you want to see? If you're playing against Bristle right now and you think it's a 1 Bristle 1.
Is Troll in?
Oh, they take Necrophos. That makes sense.
Oh, yeah,
It's
Necro's
a really free Necrophos game right now.
1-to-1 counter against Bristle is really nice. Yeah, we see VP pair Bristle with Necro a lot, and it's the 2 heroes that are the kings of the game. Where if they're in a lane and they're walking down it, it's going to get pushed. So Necro is pretty much the only trump card I've noticed in the game to Bristle. Like the only hero that can actually walk at the lane against Bristle and actually shove him out of it. So. In terms of that aspect of Bristle's game, it's really nice. I think it usually means Bristle's going to be more so dodging the Necro and also be utilizing the stacks from Coddle and
It'd be
getting that
sick, by
early
the way,
boost.
if they did Oracle and then they picked...
If they did Necro and did what?
I was going to say, if they picked Oracle and they ran like Core Earth Spirit as a support duo, I think it's such a value purge game.
And the magic immunity is pretty damn nice too, from your Fate's Edict. What are the odds that they swerve it on us anyways?
I think it's kind of unlikely. They'd have to do like Earth Spirit offlane at this point.
You could do offlane Bristle, mid Arc Warden, or no, mid safe lane Arc Warden.
Safe lane Arc Warden, offlane Bristle, and then
sounds crazy, but at the end of the day, like
it's a pretty dream Oracle game, to be fair.
Yeah.
You'd be playing against Pugna, Necrophos, and Beastmaster. You'd have the False Promise to insta-break the Beastmaster Roar. You'd have 2 purges against heroes that absolutely need to be purged. I think it would be like a really good hero for the game. Plus, like, you'd be able to pair it with Bristleback, right? Like, Fate's Edict is the hardest counter, I think, in the game to Necrophos, because he can't stop you. But I think that's also a little bit too wild at this point. But I'm just saying, it looks like amazing versus 4.
Who's playing the Arc Warden?
Nisha plays it, right?
So my question, I'm leading with that, is we've seen Matama Man taking more and more of Nisha's heroes.
Yeah.
Does Matama Man play Arc Warden, first of all?
I assume he would be able to. He plays a lot of micro heroes.
And if so, what kind of Arc Warden are we seeing? Because if Nisha playing it and we keep this, because it feels like they've had a separation, Matama Man's playing the harder carry. If Nisha's playing Arc Warden, are we going to be seeing that Wraith Band run around, create space Arc Warden? Are we going to be seeing the more Midas, Bloodthorn?
It's not going to be Midas for sure.
Or Necronomicon, rather.
Yeah, I was going to say it could be. It's either going to be like the quad Wraith Band into Maelstrom or the Necrobook build. Necrobook seems okay so far.
There's so many support
heroes. I really
heroes.
don't know too much about this hero, this patch.
There's so many support heroes that look good right now, even like AA.
Alchemist is a really good ban.
Yeah. So they take Underlord. Alright, so they have a pretty beefy lineup, but they don't have the best catch that I've ever seen on the side of Team Secret.
Yeah.
Is Underlord even that good in this pickup? Are they picking it because they think OG is getting something like Phantom Lancer? Or
it does counter. It does cover the illusion heroes that are very good against Arc Warden as well as Bristle. But maybe that's the idea behind it. Now that you mention it, that is a good point. Whenever I don't like a pick by Team Secret, I usually say why not and why would they do it, because they know better than I do. Okay, this is some wonky stuff.
Seb Necrophos.
I expected no different from these 2 teams, to be honest with you.
Safe lane Sumail Void Spirit. And that leads into our 4 Soxa. So 33 is playing Beastmaster. Yep, he's playing Beastmaster, and we're going to have No Tail on the Earthshaker. So do you think who is likely to be playing mid here? Because we've seen them swap it back and forth between mid and off lane.
It's probably Beastmaster mid. I don't think you want to put Beastmaster versus Bristle. I think I'd rather have Necro.
Okay.
But, I think they are going to make Earthshaker at least fissure block the off lane, even if he's going to be safe lane. But
Can you guys guess, by the way, when the last time OG and Secret matched up against each other?
TI 8.
Excuse me?
What? I don't know. It sounded like it was going to be a really long time ago, so I went for a long time ago.
Close. Blitz, do you have a guess?
Was it at TI9?
They did not match up against each other at TI9. They were in separate groups, and
Oh.
EG knocked Secret down into the lower bracket,
That's
so
right.
they dodged. So that means the last time these two teams have faced up against each other is Epicenter, and that was an OG victory to knock Secret out of Epicenter.
Was that before or after TI 8?
And that was after TI. But it was before
I know they didn't play.
TI9.
I didn't.
It
I
all
know they
blurs
didn't play
together,
in the
man.
quals.
Yeah. And so that means we are going to be seeing OG versus Secret for the first time since then. It's exciting time, and what better casters than the original BTS duo, or at least one of the originals? It's LD and Gods. Take it away.
That's right, Gods. OG versus Secret here in the upper bracket. Winner into the top 3 has a date with a very strong, surging VP who just got done dismantling Team Spirit. OG maybe a little disadvantaged here, and
Yes.
the odds reflecting that. They've got a Scooter injury Seb.
I saw
They've
that
got a
tweet, yeah.
33 stand-in.
Oh, man.
High ping Sumail. The OG fans have plenty of excuses if they lose this series.
I mean, legitimate excuses, but yeah,
Legitimate, yes.
the
of course.
odds are stacked against OG, and I feel like that's a familiar story, you know. A few TIs ago, the odds were stacked against them as well, so this is maybe where
There may be
they
some
thrive.
sort of like documentary about it if you just you know,
Yes.
do a little Google research. So who do you favor based on the draft? We've barely seen any Arc Ward in this tournament. He's been played 3 times. Liquid lost 2 of those games. Chicken Fighters is the team who ran him mostly, but
Yeah.
he's basically a forgotten hero.
I favor Secret, I think primarily because of this Coddle Bristleback. We've seen this be an amazing duo, usually first 2 picked, and they got the Bristle in the second phase. OG came in with an idea, because this is the first time, I think, since like the first or second best of 3 that Secret played where they've been given Coddle again. This was one of those heroes that I think teams looked at Secret like, yeah, they're too good with Coddle. That's why Puppy's been playing the Nature's Prophet, but I think this Pugna is the idea where you've got Decrep, you can block all the physical damage. You chuck a Decrep on your teammate, Bristle, his quills aren't hurting you. So it's a neat little idea. We just haven't seen it, and we don't know how well it's going to work.
And as always with OG, you just never know what role their heroes are going to slot into. The support Pugna in the off lane from Soxa, they went for the last pick Void Spirit, then they threw Sumail on the mid lane. So musical lanes, really, and it's just like every game is something different. Seb's going to be playing the Necrophos. It's just, you know, you never know what this team is going to do, and I guess we'll have to see if they've caught Secret off guard with this setup.
So Soxa goes level 1 ward, which is really interesting. He was looking to burn some of their mana early on. Unfortunately, got found quickly in the trees, so he does lose it, but he's going to block the pull camp. So we're going to see him be very annoying and pesky up here. And then once the Bristle has that kill threat, which is like level 2 quills or even level 3 quills, that's when the Decrep will come into play as well. So by then, you're hoping that you've burned away most of Matu's mana pool, as well as Puppies, to make this lane a bit easier.
Yeah, will the Pugna be the answer? Because it certainly doesn't seem like Beastmaster is. As
No,
we've
he's
seen him
not.
getting bodied by Bristle game after game, and it's happening again. Matumbo Man diving under the tower. He's already looking for the first
33
blood,
is
but he
winning
may
this
go
trade.
down. Oh, takes too
Wow.
much damage. 33 gets the kill with the stick.
Yeah, the stick and the Fairy Fire with the Nether Ward there, he just turned that around and held his ground. That was so good from 33 to understand the limits of his hero with those heals.
Normally, you see the Bristle, like you said, wait until the level 2 quills. So that was a pretty
Yeah.
early dive and does get punished for it.
And I think
also went for the goo when often you do see them take the goo at level 4.
Yep.
But he's feeling very confident in this lane.
Importantly, Beastmaster playing under the tower, getting even more bonus armor from the tower. He's just itemized to really be able to deal with the Bristle, going for all of this extra armor, and that makes his lane that much better. We are seeing Sumail play over in the mid lane, so it's going to be a Void Spirit versus Arc Warden mid matchup. Void Spirit has a lot of ways to get on top of Arc Warden, which is always very important when playing against this hero. If you're playing just ranged cores that just sit back, you're never going to be able to deal with the bubble. So Sumail, we'll see how well he can do. This is not an easy hero to play, particularly on high ping.
Yeah, Yeah, this is off to a nice start, though. 16-2. The Resonant Pulse, great for last hitting and dealing with the early right-click harass from the Arc Warden. Obviously, later on, the Spark Wraiths are a big problem as any melee hero, basically. So we'll see how the lane goes, but so far, so good for Sumail.
Absolutely. This is looking like a pretty decent laning setup from OG overall. You can see Beastmaster still struggling, so despite getting that first blood, only the 7 last hits to Matu's 15. Of course, Bristle can always fall back, take some stacks, so I think if you're I was about to say Alliance, he's got
Bottom
the tag.
lane, Seb, Fissure comes through, gets off the follow-up heal. It's not enough damage, in fact. He's dropping low. Will back off to safety.
Has a salve as well, so it doesn't look like they've got an easy way to cancel that. Yaps are not going to go for any kind of a roll.
Not a whole lot of burst when you've got the level 1 Death Pulse and the 2 points in Heartstopper Aura.
Yeah, and that's something their draft will always struggle, I think, to burst down this Necrophos. The Earth Spirit's kind of nice with the stun into silence, but the follow-up damage, like normally you want magic burst damage against Necro. They haven't got that, and that's perhaps going to be a limitation of Team Secret's draft. A very good Necrophos game.
Oh, I actually meant it the other way, that he's lacking the damage, but I agree with you.
True on both
about
sides,
that
actually.
as well.
Yeah. Later on, OG have pretty good damage to bring down Underlord, but yeah, in this lane, he's pretty beefy and going to not be an easy kill by any means.
Yeah, late game, I guess Secret have the Arc Warden. That's the main source of damage.
Yeah, I mean, Arc Warden, you can always itemize to be able to kill whoever you need to kill. If it's a Necro with Ghost Shroud, you can get a Nullifier or something to deal with that. So there's options. There's Hex. There's always some item you can buy.
OG Core is off to a great start. They are the top 3 here in net worth, gods.
Yep.
Things going well. This is going to help out Nisha quite a bit, though, man, just to grab a regen rune. Oh, the Fissure comes through, though, instantly canceled. And now Sumail wants to engage. He's got stick charges and a bottle charge, so he should be able to get off another Resonant Pulse, but they're slowing him down.
Trying to stick together for the Flux.
They're still chasing. Okay, they'll back off. But at least they deny Nisha that full heal, which he sorely needs, as he is down 14 CS and 4 denies.
That was pretty cool. They tried to block the Flux damage by standing together, and then Yapster was like, well, I'm going to body block this Shaker to separate these heroes.
Puppey does go down top lane. This is the power of the Pugs. Gives you that hefty magic burst, forcing Matumba Man away. Saksa, he might go for this one too. Can he get the kill? Stick was already committed. Blast just out of range. Actually has to be careful. Has the stick, has one more shot at this. He did tango his way through the cheese. He gets him. It's a double for the support Skeleton Man. Well played by Saksa.
Yeah, this Pugna pick is owning. And this top lane, we've seen Beastmaster for the most part this tournament struggle in general, and particularly struggle against the Bristleback. But with the Pugna support, the bonus armor from the Buckler, and just all of his tools, he hasn't even gone for the Decrypt, and they are absolutely destroying this lane. He's going to have such a fast Helm of the Dominator on Beastmaster, and then life is going to get really difficult for Team Secret up here.
Yeah, they've also got, like you mentioned, the Buckler as well. Like, they're going to be able to stack up a lot of auras and 5-man early if they want to, even into an Underlord. That could be challenging for Secret to withstand.
Saxus is going to chase Puppey down. He's got more movement speed than him.
Sumail's on the hunt as well. Double jump forward with the Astral and collects the kill. Puppey respawns, immediately dies again, and this may also give OG the 6-minute rune.
Yeah, they would love to get on Sumail, but it does look like Secret going to contest down bottom as it spawns up top, which Sumail is closer to, so...
And he's got no Astral Step for a little while, but yeah, this is big as Void Spirit. This has so much kill potential early.
Yeah, you love those
the runes. Really important.
Yep. These mid laners who go bottle, if you want to make sure your supports come and help secure power runes. Void Spirit definitely a playmaker who can utilize those runes well. Invis not the greatest. I think you'd much rather like a haste or an arcane rune, but
they're going to get on top. Working Matumba Man down. They don't have enough mana on the Pugna to go for a kill, but the Bristle's 28 CS. Do they have stacks is the question for him to catch up. And
Puppey's being too busy with the lane.
I only see the one stack, which Beastmaster and Pugna might farm.
Yep. Normally it's that double stack that you can do over near the mid lane in the river that Pop-Tart was pointing out. Yeah, these two camps, you can stack them both at the same time, so you'll often see like 2 triple stacks there, but yeah, Puppey's not been doing it. And Radiant have the vision. That's why they put that ward there. They're expecting stacks.
They're making a go here on Nisha in the middle lane. No-Tail tries to get in range for the Enchant Totem. He might have overextended for this, jumping forward against Sumail.
Committed.
He's committing for Nisha.
Okay.
Now he's committing out of the fight and trying to get away. Has the stick charges. Should be okay. They've invested a lot. Now he goes in for round 2. Resonant Pulse. Oh, they've baited Sumail. Is he going to die? No, he jumps back with the Dissimilate. Secret investing heavily to protect their Arc Warden.
I'm not sure if Nisha just hit level 6, but that was not a gank that was going to work. He immediately popped his ultimate and then just double flux no-tail shaker. He took so much damage before he got close enough to another unit.
They're going on him still. They want to dive. Oh, Sumail was definitely thinking about an astral step forward. Just a bit out of range. No-tail still committing. But it starts to get harder now to gank the Arc Warden. That network of Spark Wraiths will be planted around the lane.
Yeah, we're seeing Seb's even coming in too. They really want Nisha.
But they are going to deny him the jungle, if nothing else, at least on this side of the map.
What a fast Helm of the Dominator timing you can see there. Well above the average on this hero.
Beastmaster is basically tied all 3 cores at 3,500 net worth, so they're having a great time despite not finding the kill of the Arc Warden. He's very poor as YapzOr gets hounded by Sumail with the double damage rune. Has a Resonant Pulse soon.
Needs a hit with the double damage. Oh, nice block.
YapzOr back the other way. Runs by No-Tail, gets clipped though, and will end up falling. Sumail trying to engage into Zai and Nisha's clone and hero, but that's not going to happen. In fact, he's being pursued a bit by the clone. Keeps on planting down Spark Wraiths, trying to get a little control over the map. Yet to see 33 move though on the Beastmaster. He's very content to just stay top and try to shut down this Bristle.
Yeah, I think that's kind of his job for the time being. As a Beastmaster, you don't normally rotate when you hit level 6. Your job is to take that tier 1 tower as soon as possible, because once you take the tier 1 tower, you get so much more easy access into the enemy jungle, and you're playing against heroes that want to utilize the jungle. Bristle, Arc Warden, these are heroes that are going to be farming stacks, just basically playing for late game and constantly looking to farm.
They are looking to invade here. They've seen Matumba Man off the lane. They want to try and either steal the stacks or maybe kill him, and they're going to start with the Outpost. Does anybody rotate? They're bringing in YapzOr from the south, but Outpost secured. That gives OG a foothold in this jungle. And with the Beastmaster army and the Pugna, they're actually going to end up farming all the stacks and the lanes. So they're making a move on mid on Nisha.
Oh, here we go.
Can they commit for this, though? I don't think there's no backup at the moment. But in comes Seb. Seb's got his ultimate. Can he get it off? The Scythe comes through, and Nisha is deleted out for 40 seconds. No buyback as Saksa almost dying to the clone, but will survive.
That was a great rotation from Seb. I'm surprised he just walked his way through the river, but the Dire wards are all about protecting that top jungle, so...
There is one south of the tower.
I guess by the time he saw Seb, maybe it was too late. Or he came maybe around, he didn't go up that ramp perhaps, but...
No, he did go up the ramp, but I think he was just a little too far forward by then.
He was overcommitted, and
they're going to find Puppey on a little solo mission to try and get some gold for the team, but Saksa there to swipe it. And it should be another kill for the Sumail machine. While that was happening, though, No-Tail does go down.
Space.
He keeps on diving. Puppey, space indeed. Eventually he'll die, but a lot of time wasted.
Yeah, your job is...
Sumail's okay with that, though. He gets the 2 urn charges.
Oh, those are useful this early on. A fast Spirit Vessel is going to be very helpful. Seb's got to be careful. He's got range drop. He's got a lot of 1 charges. He is unkillable here.
Yeah, has the point in Ghost Shroud now, so...
Ghost Shroud Wand is going to be insane, and he's even going to Pugna Scene behind him, so even more heals to back him up.
Saksa's getting low, too. Has to be careful he doesn't get hit by some of these Spark Wraiths.
Seb really wants to hold on to that wand. He'd much rather regen using his passive, but...
They want this tower so bad, gods. Can Secret fight?
The
YapzOr's not level 6 yet. No Magnetize.
Yeah, this is this awkward position where you've got it down to deny range, so you've got to commit for it, and...
They're not coming to defend, so OG... I mean, they might try for a deny here, but still they're going to lose the map control by the looks of things. Sumail just waiting in the wings. He is going to walk past a ward, up and around. Now they rotate towards Zai top, and they are going to converge on the Underlord. He immediately ults to get the hell away. Can they burst him in time? They've got good damage. Not enough.
Not too close.
But that does probably mean this tier 1 top is going to be next.
Yes. That's always the goal when you're playing against a team that is farming a lot of the jungle camps, trying to stack, trying to play late game with an Arc Warden, take their mid tower and take their safe lane tower. Then they have only their triangle of camps to play around, which is those 3 camps over near the Ancients on the right side of the map, and you're just not getting much farm if those are the only jungle camps you can use.
They go on No-Tail bottom lane. They should get the Shaker, but not before the Echo Slam comes out. The Quills will finally finish him off. They blew a lot for that support, and now Matumba Man gotta back away here, but they give him the sucky suck. They've got an Aether Remnant, no points in Astral, or no charges in Astral Step, and meanwhile mid lane, Seb fighting 3 heroes. He's still got the Ghost Shroud, he's got the stick charges, but they push him back, they beat him down. It's a 4v1. I don't even know if Seb himself can get out of this. He tries to run through the river, but they finish him off with the Firestorm. Kill to Zai. I mean, it is a big investment, but you will definitely take that kill.
Yeah, that's a big kill to get. Your Necro's job sitting mid is to be unkillable, and well, we're going to test how unkillable this Underlord is. It looks like the Beastmaster alone cannot bring him down.
And meanwhile, Sumail, he jumps into an instant silence from Yapzor. However, he does force them back, and OG grab another.
That's cool from Sumail. He just goes on the back lines, which means Zai is left alone. And he doesn't die there if his supports can help him out with like a Blinding Light or some Earth Spirit spells, but not the case.
It's a 5k gold deficit. This feels pretty rough for Secret.
Yep.
Like, how do they get back in this game? It's OG making all the moves, taking the towers, denying them the jungle stacks. What's the play?
You need to fight as 4 while Arc Warden catches up. So Arc Warden just needs to be farming in the most safe places on the map possible. Puppey scouted by a Hawk, though.
He was scouted, but Sumail just not able to connect there with the Aether Remnant. Has another jump, will secure it. Buys them a little time bottom for Matumba to push in.
Yep.
And Zai to far mid. Nisha still trying to find that safe place. Doesn't really seem to have one. He's going to end up journeying towards bottom.
If Seb keeps playing alone, keep on killing him. You have to commit a lot of resources to do so, but he is a very valuable kill. And so far what we've seen is that Seb is playing a little bit overconfident based on that death in the mid lane where he thought, hey, I've got 21 charges, I'm unkillable, right? Not always the case.
Well, Notal just ended up going down mid, but is now back up. That's a kill Nisha definitely needed. Still very poor. Poverty status almost, I want to say, for an Arc Warden. 4k net worth, while the cores of OG walk around at 6.5k. They are moving towards Seb with 2. I mean, even with Magnetize, they're going to need more. And OG, they've got ambitions for Roche.
Yeah, they have the Vlads on Beastmaster. They can definitely do this.
Zai's going to try to slow this down, but he may just end up dying. The burst damage with Mr. Pugs is too much. It's a killing spree now for Saksa. He's been in on 8 of 11 kills. This guy is balling out.
I am being very quickly sold on this 4-position Pugna. We've seen a bit of support Pugna on the 5 roll. It looked very underwhelming, but here's a 4, giving it a bit more early levels and farm. It's having a huge impact.
You mentioned Seb is such a tough target to bring down, and they're smoking behind him. He may die, but even if he does, it's going to take so long. And Saksa to the rescue, healing him up. They will interrupt that. They're rolling forward. They're committing everything while the back line gets engaged upon Sumail. Jumping in, does get off a decent Astral Step, has another follow-up. Should be able to get the Nisha kill. Finally, Seb will drop Pugna 2, but Secret need to get out. Puppey not going to be able to escape. Yapzor into the trees. Will end up successfully retreating. So honestly, not too bad for Secret. It looked like a disaster at first, but the flank took a bit too long, Gods. As I say that, they are still chasing. They're going to be able to pull Matumba Man. Can they get him over the fissure? Not quite, but an enchant totem with an echo. They'll smack him in the front, and the bristle goes down, and Zai, he tries to ult away. Will he get out in time? They've got the burst. They get the kill. Okay, now it's really bad. That's 4.
It's like you say, it looked really good at the start when you kill the Necro Pugna, trade 2 for 2. And then those extra kills. OG's draft, very good at chasing. They've got the long-range catch of the Fissure. And Beastmaster, if he gets a bore on anyone, they're going to be slowed to hell. So really nice from OG to make sure that started as an okay fight, ended up being very OG favored. Once again, we see Seb's survivability being tested. The flank just came a little bit too slow, or Seb perhaps being a little bit too overconfident, because this Coddle ultimate is how you got to deal with the Pugna. Anytime he starts life drain to heal up Seb, you've got to cancel it. You've got to drop down that Will-O-Wisp and turn it around.
16 minutes in, we're still yet to see an item here on Nisha, as we're going to have another look at this fight. And I mean, from the time they initiate on him, which was what, like 14:33 or something, until the time he dies, it takes probably like 20 seconds to bring him down. That is
so close to living.
And it's under a tower too, so they're taking the additional damage. Yeah, it was like 25 seconds to kill him. That's just too long. You're not going to win fights if it takes that.
Yeah. It's so hard because he's the only hero on the map really showing themselves who is alone. So the rest of OG is playing together, leaving Seb by himself because of how hard to bring down he is. And if he gets gone on, the rest of OG are always going to rotate to him because he buys so much time for people to show up.
And I don't know how you counter him, Gods. Like, it'd be great to have a Spirit Vessel, but, you know, Secret are so poor, I don't see anyone building that anytime soon.
Yeah, the Earth Spirit's kind of the candidate for it, but where's his farm going to come from? He's got it queued up, but he still needs another, like, 1,500 gold roughly to complete it.
And while he's trying to farm that gold, OG are pushing the momentum. Sumail finds Puppey mid. Might be straight into a tower push there. Also, we're threatening to go on Zai top. And he is still waiting on the Dark Rift. So they begin to siege.
They're looking to end this game fast. Beastmaster, Aura, Vlad's. He's got a Solar
Found
Crest
Seb.
queued up.
Seb's trying to link up with the team, and he is a bit isolated. The last
think he's
time this
okay here.
happened, didn't go so hot for Secret. They may
Yeah.
have second thoughts.
He's got a Lotus Orb now. He once again he's always got 21 charges because of Bristle.
They're hunting forward. There's
Yep.
the Soul Release. Sumel comboing onto Matumba, man. Fisher's
There's a
going to block the
Reaper.
retreat, and the Enchant Totem combined with the Reaper, securing the kill. Yeah, it's too fast. OG are just steamrolling Secret. 9K gold advantage. I don't know what Secret does.
They look insane. Like it's all the small little plays being made. Seb, he uses the Reaper, walks in front of the Bristle, so he gets the forward-facing full damage. And OG, anytime they see a hero on the map, they're charging at them. Sumel, he's found another. It's Nisha, and this is not the clone. This is a big kill to get. The one hope for Secret is this
Echo
Arbalorn.
Slam gets the first. Now
Yep.
looking for more. Yapzor trying to retreat away. They're down both cores, and they're still trying to take the fight. The Roar on the back
Underlord.
line, looking for Puppey. Sumel still has the Aegis. He can commit for this. Yapzor's going to go down.
GG.
Puppey's going to go down. And GG, a sub 20-minute stomp by OG. Wow. Man, Secret had the strong group stage, but OG, they did their homework. They came prepared for the Coddle Bristle.
Yeah, they gave him the Coddle with Bristle still in the pool, and then they didn't ban Bristle. They're going to that second pick stage. They're like, no, we're ready. We know how this
Take
Pugna
it,
and everything
Secret.
works. Yeah.
Go for it.
They don't believe in the Coddle Bristle, and they show why. They show they have ways to deal with it. That was just a flawless game from OG. They just steamrolled over Secret, who felt like they were maybe a bit too much on the greedy side with the Arc Warden mid especially. This is a hero that you're playing this greedy late game hero against OG. You know they're not going to let you get away with it if they get even a slightly okay laning stage.
Well, that was the fourth Arc Warden game. He's now down to a 50% win rate here at the tournament. And with that, guys, to break down game one, get you ready for game number two. It's back to Cap, BSJ, and Blitz.
So apparently, Secret is not going to go through and easily 2-0 this like VP. Maybe a better question should have been, is OG going to 2-0 Secret nice and easy? Blitz and BSJ, what happened?
I came into the series with bias. I will say that I thought OG just didn't quite look up to snuff with Secret coming out of the group stage, but I'm going to shut up about it. They proved me wrong. Anyone who doubted them, including myself, that was convincing. I think the lane setup was really good. I think the Necro pick was really good to shut down the Bristle. I think they just had an exact idea of what to expect from Secret with the Coddle Bristle, and then just dissected it. And it was
I think
awesome.
that's really important, right? Because they played against one of the winningest hero combinations at this tournament. Both of them are sitting with a very high pick rate, and both of them are sitting 67-68% win percentage. Right? They not just demolish Secret, they demolish Secret with an OP combo.
That says a lot about preparation coming into the series. Like that, that's just no tail, man. I don't know. I'm sure it's the rest of OG too, but I'm kind of speechless in the fact that like I really didn't think they were going to do that, and it was quite cool to watch.
Well, fortunately, we got Blitz to pick up some
Talk
of the
for me,
slack
Blitz.
for
Help
you.
me.
Hello. I thought going into this, Secret was the better team and they were going to 2-0. But at the end of draft one, I thought that OG had the better draft. I think the Necrophos was completely unaddressed, and I think the Underlord pick made it even better for me, if anything. I feel like to kill Necrophos, like you want damage that's constant and that gets on top of him. And I didn't really feel like they had that. Like you could even see in this one engagement where it takes them forever to kill him. He almost even lives before like the last tick of the Firestorm kills him. But in a straight up 5-on-5 fight, I just felt like this hero was going to go unchecked. And there were just too many heroes like that on the side of Secret. I think they kind of got trapped when they felt like they had to go... like, you open up the Coddle, and you know that the Ember's already banned. So you know that the Bristle's coming, right? They insta-snap pick Pugna plus Beastmaster, right? Two good responses to that. And then Secret wastes the most time in the draft at that point. On their second pick only. They wasted like something like 40 seconds just thinking it out. And they're like, do we still Bristle here? Weren't really anticipating getting Coddle Bristle. So then you Earth Spirit, which we already talked about how it can be a weakness to just immediately show both supports. Then you end up going for the Bristle back anyways. You get counterpicked by the Necrophos. The advantage that you have in first pick is you can always counterpick those heroes. And it felt like it went the other way around.
It definitely seemed that OG, as BSJ was saying, came into this really well prepared, and it also seemed like it put Team Secret off kilter. I mean, we were sitting here watching this, talking about all the potential first picks. Okay, are they going to take this or this? What's the combo going to be against it? If it's going to be a Coddle, and all of a sudden, just two heroes that probably didn't immediately come to mind.
Yeah,
Beastmaster, you've been a big hater of it in the first phase, but OG, as you said, has been the one team to make it work.
Yeah, they're playing like 5D chess. We're over here playing checkers. So that's just that's the fun part, is you try to look into their mind, but if you don't understand what they're thinking, it's the beauty is not when you don't understand the draft, you get to watch it play out in the game, and you can see all of it explained to you through demonstration, and I love that.
Now, Blitz, you said the last pick, Underlord, was a particular detriment to them. Can you explain why they picked it up there? What was the reasoning behind it?
I think they wanted some kind of like pipe builder that could also just like frontline and tank all these spells. But I don't think the hero addresses a lot of Secret's needs. I think Secret needed initiation. I think part of the reason why Secret always looks scary is because they have some hero that can instantly start a fight, and they always get at some point a good 5-on-5. And I didn't think they really had that opportunity in this game. And going back to the draft, like, they fourth pick Necrophos for themselves. And so as Secret, you're supposed to have like straight up two ways to counter that. You're supposed to have two answers. And the question is, like, do you think what did they end up picking?
Arc Warden
and Underlord. Do you think, personally, do either of you guys think that addresses the Necrophos problem?
It doesn't sound like it to
Arc
me.
Warden seems like okay, but Underlord, no.
Yeah, and so that's why you kind of get trapped. Whereas, like, you third pick the Bristleback yourself because it's very good with the two heroes that you already have, but then that gets countered, and the draft order just kind of gets messed up. It becomes really wonky at that point.
All right, well, a bit of a trip up there from Team Secret in this Game 1. Are they going to be able to make it come back here into Game 2? What are some of the changes we should see? Well, what we should see from you guys at home is a vote for the MVP, as I'm sure there were some big ones there. Sumail, 5, 0, and 10. Maybe some missed Aether remnants, but you can always blame the ping for that. 33, 4, 0, and 8. Some pretty good candidates there for the MVP. But that is Game 1. Short and sweet. We're going to keep our post-game analysis short and sweet as well, because we want to see more action between OG and Secret. That'll come up after the break.
We rise up from the dust and claim our throne.
My name is Jordan Gilbert, aka Nothing.
Hi, my name is Sue Lee. My handle is Smix. I think it's